We first covered this pastor who went to jail for watering flowers. No joke. There's no hyperbole there. He literally got incarcerated for watering flowers. We have an update to the story now. Now, to give you some background, remember, this pastor came home from church. His neighbors were out of town and they made a request. They said, hey, can you water our flowers while we are gone? Pastor says yes, he's a good neighbor, good guy. Waters the flowers. A white neighbor sees him down the street. She decides to call the police on him. Police come, there's a back and forth. He tells them why he's there. They know he's telling the truth, but they decide to arrest him anyway. Okay, well, all charges have been dropped against the pastor. Let's put his picture up again. His name is Reverend Michael Jennings. Pastor Jennings now has had all charges dropped. In a statement released Thursday, the Childersburg police chief, Richard B. McClelland, announced that after an investigation, he had requested all charges against Pastor Jennings be dropped. Jennings was arrested and charged with obstructing government operations. Let's put a picture up of the chief. Okay, this should have happened same day, by the way. Took the chief long enough to get around to it. In his statement, the chief said he reviewed the 911 call and the body camera footage, as well as interviewed the officers who responded to the scene. He said, and I quote, as a result of my investigation, I have recommended to the municipal judge of the city of Childersburg that the warrant be dismissed with prejudice, and the judge has dismissed the aforementioned charge against Michael Jennings. Jennings, let's put his picture up again. Jennings told CBS 42 News that he was actually happy that the charges had been dropped, but what they put him through was totally unnecessary and they had no case, okay? Now, once again, the officers were aware he was committing no crime. The person that called 911 was there and said, you know what? I have made a mistake. I was wrong. Please don't arrest him. This is my neighbor. I know him. I made an error. They said, oh no, ma'am. This boy going with us. That good old boy system. We're gonna put him in his place. Why do you think they wanted to put him in his place? He wasn't out of place. He was legally able to be there. You have the right to move. Freedom in this country should be allocated to everyone, right? But here's what happened. They told him, give us your ID. He said, listen, I don't have my ID. All right, I'm out here watering plants for my neighbor, but you can go to my house. My wife is inside the house. Here's the address. You can go there and you can ask her. They decided not to. They decided not to do that very simple investigative technique of asking a witness, and they put him in jail. Now, there are some people who are actually saying, well, I'm very glad that charges were dropped. No, damn it, the cops need to be charged now. That's an abuse of authority. They lied on the police report. That's violation of oath. You know, those things are crimes. They are crimes. We have become so accustomed to cops being able to do things illegally that them being held accountable for doing something illegal to a citizen is just off the reservation, outside of the box thinking. But it needs to be normative. Jennings said that the fallout from his arrest was a nightmare. He said it was a nightmare. One where he worried what the impact would be on his life and his job. One website called bustedcounty.com, TalladegaCounty.com, put his mugshot online after his arrest. He said, and I quote, a lot of folks are going to believe that, think he is a crook. But now Pastor Jennings said he was working on getting his life back to normal. All right. Okay, Jackson, thoughts here?
Yeah, well, the bottom line is that black men and just black people in America are easy targets for law enforcement because it's always been that way. And also, you know, blacks in this country don't have a lot of resources to fight back in the legal system. And so even though they pulled up and even though he wasn't doing anything intimidating, he was just watering plants, just hanging out. They're the ones with the guns, they're the ones with the team. Even though the person who called the police informed them that, hey, I made a mistake, they pulled up, they already had their minds made up. So that's really all it is. Black men are a threat. Black men are taught to be seen as a threat, not just in police academies, but just all throughout the culture. A lot of these people growing up, all they ever see of Black people on TV is some hood rich movie where it's, that's all they ever see. They flip to BT and they see some hood rich story. They don't see anything other than that. So that's the picture that's painted, so that's just that's just what it is in this country.
Yeah, and the police chief receives no hero cookie from me.
No.
Because he knew this was a bad arrest. He knew this man was racially profiled and targeted, and he knew his cops lied about why they arrested him initially. All of that still did not get these cops fired nor charged with anything. And until we're able to hold cops accountable to their actual position, we will continue to have a great divide between communities and cops abroad.